What's up, traders? Sandro O'Connell with Pristine Capital coming at you with yet another market recap video. It is November 11th, 2021. Welcome to our late night edition. I actually had to pack up. My mom is getting some surgery tomorrow, so I'm going to go drive and hang out with her and take her to her surgery. So quick announcement, there will be no pre-market webinar tomorrow for all Pristine Capital members. But let's dive into this evening's video. We're going to talk about the price action and the indices. And we're going to dive into how I handled it. Quick risk disclaimer, nothing in the video should be construed as investment advice or recommendations. Please follow your own trading plan and your own risk parameters. Last but certainly not least, do not YOLO your entire account into any one of my trades or anyone's trades for that matter. Alrighty, so we had box scores. S&P 500 is measured by the SPY, finishing up 0.03%. We have the NASDAQ QQQ finishing up 0.28%. We had the IWM, our big winner for the day, finishing up 0.8%, and we had the Dow Jones finishing down 0.45%. Volatility for all of these indices came in considerably, and then breadth, we did have positive breadth in 3 out of 4 of these indices. Taking a look at our FinViz heat map, you can see it was definitely a mixed board. We had a lot of strength in NVIDIA, and some of these chip names were very strong, but other than that, it was pretty mixed to lower for most of these areas of the market. You can see Disney got hit on earnings. Netflix actually had a nice bounce. So yeah, it really depended on where you were invested in the market today in terms of performance. Sectors. Let's take a look at what were the best performers. We had gold miners up another 2.33%. We had the semiconductors up 2.11%. So yeah, we had a nice broad bounce. Take a look at these Chinese internet names. They were up 5.21%, very strong. We had cannabis names up as well. I traded a cannabis name, GTBIF, today, and solar stocks as well. So definitely a lot of strong areas of the market and some profit taking in some other areas of the market. Style factors, let's take a look. We had international momentum leading the market higher, followed by high beta. And you can see, some of the laggards. We had defensives and min vol lagging the market today. Those are defensive areas of the market. So it's actually a pretty good sign heading into tomorrow. Seasonality, take a look at this. So this is where we are right now. As we get to the tail end of November, it really can get choppy and pretty volatile. So my goal for the next, maybe 1 or 2 weeks is really just, hey, keep everything tight, don't go too crazy taking on risk, and just try not to get chopped up all that much. Let's take a look at these headline indices. Now we do have futures that are open for trading, so we can see what's going on in the overnight market as well. S&P 500, we can see today was kind of like a lackluster bounce day. So we pulled right into this 10-day EMA, and we tried to reclaim this 5-period moving average. And you can see, basically put in a doji candle. See it just kind of like a, basically a choppy day in the market. Let's take a look at this weekly value area. And this will include, where we're trading overnight. So as you can see, right now we're stuck inside of this weekly value area. The market's not really trending on this short time frame. And we are getting a nice bounce in the overnight market, which is great. We'll have to see how this trades tomorrow. I was pretty convinced, hey, maybe we'll get, retest of this top of value before, falling down a little bit further. But we will have to see what happens. As of right now, looking good in the overnight session. But yeah, throughout the day, it was really just, some selling that occurred. Look at, in the final hour of trade, a lot of selling in the market. Because, the key dynamic that I'm watching is take a look at treasuries. So yeah, this is not looking the best. So yesterday we had a super hot inflation print, and then we had a 30-year bond auction, which did not go well. So we had this huge red candle for these 10-year treasury futures yesterday. Today the bond market was closed for Veterans Day. If you are a veteran or know a veteran, my brother's actually a veteran. Happy Veterans Day. Here, we had another red candle today. So this was like a pretty ugly candle. So I actually took closed out my short position in the NASDAQ, and I actually just rolled it out and, reestablished it throughout the session. So I think this is the key for tomorrow. Are we able to hold this bottom of value for these 10-year Treasury futures, or do we roll over? And if we roll over, I think the NASDAQ is going to have a challenging time. So I did put on a lotto short position in the NASDAQ just in case, in case things kind of take the unhappy path. That should help soften the blow. But we did see strength in the Russell today. Let's check out the Russell. So the Russell actually caught on the 10-day EMA and actually had a nice bounce. So overall, Russell got very extended over here. Now it's looking a lot better because, hey, we got, a couple days of a pullback. And yeah, we're starting to build out a nice high base. This 20-day moving average is also beginning to catch up to price. Now let's check out our YM. These are our Dow Jones dogs of the Dow. You can see Dow Jones had a pretty poor day of price action. Now it's trading higher in the after hours market, and we're pulling into this 20-day moving average. So Dow Jones of the indices definitely looking pretty weak, already almost at that 20-day. Will we tag the 20-day? Seems highly likely. All right, let's take a look. We're gonna pull up my trades for the day, and then we'll also talk about my trading report card. So let's check out, we'll go to stock trades first. One thing I did do, I closed out the remaining half of my Cloudflare short for 201.76. I had paid 200.21. Overall, this short trade, not very fruitful. I think I made a couple bucks on it. Yeah, basically a scratch. Yeah, net is just such a strong stock. Let's see how Cloudflare closed. It just goes to show that when you're shorting, the really strong stocks, it's very tough. You can see net was actually kind of weak today, so closed around 196.26. Yeah, overall, this is really just a little pullback into this top of value. Now let's check out over here as well. So I did that. And then I got long GTBIF common shares, and I went with max size here. GTBIF, this stock looks awesome. Reported really nice earnings, and it can benefit from this cannabis legalization trend that we are seeing. Really nice, closed above both the 20-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. We have a bullish 80% rule in effect. We're seeing this thing beginning to trade on high volume. I really like this stock, and I want to just keep holding it until it makes new highs. So yeah, looking very strong. Let's check out what else do we have here. Okay, and then some options trades. So I took the KWeb June 17th 50 strike calls for 725. I actually turned those into a diagonal spread as well. KWeb has been showing relative strength for the past couple days. Check it out, KWeb out above those key moving averages again. So yeah, looking very strong for KWeb. And you can see moving on nice high volume. So yeah, that was the one long that I added. And then closed out my Qs puts for 912. I had paid 512. And I just said we'll reopen these if the market strength abates. But I also wanted to do, my trend model is at a -1. So I was like, if I just close out this short, I want to make sure I'm closing out a long as well. So I closed out this Roblox November 19th call spread for $1.74. I paid $2.33. No big deal. And I just basically, want to manage that risk, make sure I'm not getting too overexposed in a market that's a little bit dicey. I took some Qs November 12th lotto puts, and I just risked the profits from yesterday's lotto. So I'm just going to let this go. Might expire worthless, might be a huge winner. We'll see what happens. This is really just, hey, if the treasury weakness continues, could have an adverse impact. Over here, I also closed out for a nice little winner. 25% of my BITF December 7.5 by 10 call spreads closes out for 76 cents. I had paid 65 cents for those. I still have a big position on here, but I just wrote in, if market volatility continues, I might get to buy these back cheaper. So we'll see if I end up getting to do that. BITF still looks really solid. We'll see what happens. Closed, a little closer to the lows than I would have liked. I'll have to see. Yeah, so I'm glad I took that little target. Now I just feel a little bit more nimble, I can just react to whatever the market gives me. I day traded Alibaba, had a nice small winner in there, and then I reestablished my original Q's position. I rolled it down to the 390 puts, took those on for 407. So overall, given the market's at a -1, I have just less positioning in terms of options. I'm still holding all my core equities, but yeah, in terms of options, I'm just quite a bit lighter. Let's take a look at our VigTech options order flow. It's gonna be a short video just because I have to head out for New York. Let's see. Let's check it out. Options races, and we will look at today's combined flows. Let's check it out. We have Tesla in the lead, as it usually is. Yeah, there's so many Tesla traders. Let's check. Okay, so only $4.38 billion in Tesla order flow. So that's actually pretty light for that one. One name that rarely ever pops up on here is WBA. So let's check that one out. Definitely seeing some different names we don't normally see. Check it out. Finviz, WBA, Walgreens. Whoa. What the heck is going on with Walgreens? The chart actually looks pretty good. I like this candle after this pullback. Not bad. Huh, interesting. Let's actually check out what flow we're seeing for Walgreens. Let's check some of these out. So we had WBA. Yeah, let's check it. So some 30 strike calls for January, 40 strikes, 30 strikes, 35 strikes. Okay, so they're going out to January for most of this activity. Okay, and right now we're trading at almost 50 bucks. So it looks like they're just getting some soft deltas on the books, and they're using the deep in the money calls. So it looks like they're just really trying to position in Walgreens. And then this LLY, this one rarely comes up either. I believe this is like a biotech. Or no, Eli Lilly, yeah, drug manufacturers. Oh, interesting. This one, the chart also looks pretty good here. It's like a little cup and handle forming. Let's see what they got. So they went out to January. They got the 170 strikes, 185 strikes to January, 180 strikes to January. Not bad. So those are also, very deep in the money options. Let's take a look at one or two more here. Got some Apple flow, Disney, COF. I believe, what is this, a bank? I believe it is. Okay, Capital One. Chart looks a little sus. Not my favorite. Let's see what they bought. A lot of calls going up for the Januaries. More January, 89.4. Even these strikes are odd. Look at this, 64.4. 84.4. This is odd. But yeah, maybe the financials, if yields keep moving higher, maybe we see some strength in that group. Let's take a look. Were they strong today? Yeah, the financials had a breakout, and they've been consolidating ever since. So this group is definitely flying under the radar at the moment. I had a position in the financials, and I took it off, right around here. So I'll definitely be looking at this group for a reload. One group that was super strong. So we had this solar group. Very, very strong. Nice consolidation. End phase, which is one of my current positions. Out to new highs. Really looking very strong. And yeah, just these small caps. Some of these Chinese internet names. Look at JD. Looks very strong. We had that one looking good. Look at the volume on this one as well. Very nice. And then we have Pinduoduo also looking very strong. So yeah, we are seeing some bright spots in the market. As well as I think it's really just about, controlling risk and just trying to focus on those bright areas of the market. With that being said, that about does it for this market recap video. Hope you all have an awesome rest of your evening, and I will see you all tomorrow.